Welcome back to Saints Row 4. Lord Aaron here, the Great One. And we're doing something a little different today. Before we initiate the final mission, I am going to find all the voiceover and destroy all the Zinyak statues in this episode that I promised that I would do earlier in this series. Now that we finally unlocked everybody's voiceover, first thing I'm going to do is make it so only the collectibles are shown. No, wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, let's see. Set GPS, remove GPS. Okay. So they should be the only things on the map now. Or is that how that works? Okay. So let's just fly around. We'll find them all. And then after this, we will do the final mission. Final missions. Anybody who's watched, thank you for supporting this series.
How you like me now, Zinyak?
And this channel. What the hell? Geeky! Geeky! This is rare, ladies and gentlemen. This is rare. There is a very rare chance that the crazy cat will show himself. I don't know why he's attacking me. I didn't attack him. He's not supposed to attack you unless you attack him first. But this is rare. He has a very rare chance of showing up. And of course I'm going to kill him because he's trying to kill me. Damn it. And he's very powerful. But he's not dangerous unless you fight him at the beginning of the game. Like if you fight him right at the beginning of the game, he can actually be a problem. But as of right now, we're OP as hell. Where'd he go? Did we kill him? Where'd he go? Genki! Where the fuck did he go? He disappeared. I've never seen that before. Or did he die? There's a lot of money. I think that came from these things. That's fucking weird. I don't know if he died. Did he die? Where the fuck did he go? Aw, I wanted to kill him. It's what he would have wanted. Well, I don't know what just happened, guys. But at least you got a chance to see him, though. But he has a very rare chance of spawning, just like the Gatmobile. Really rare chance to spawn. But hey, at least we got to see him. Hopefully he's somewhere murdering as we speak.
I fucking hate these things.
Alright, there's another statue. Alright, so let's fly around and we'll find all these voice things and such in due time. I was originally going to do this after I beat the game, but I figured, you know what, screw it. Something's wrong. Oh no, nope, I was wrong. Everything's okay. So let's start with Matt Miller, number 1.
I'd say it's a tough world for someone to live in, but I'd be lying. Well, if they were the god of the cyber world like I was, that is. Put me in front of the latest technology and there wasn't anything I couldn't do. Even the FBI couldn't stop me. Believe me, they tried. Kinsey Kensington came close, but a few additions to her file and some photos, and even she couldn't come close to crashing my fun. Probably why I was recruited into the syndicate in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
One less ugly face ruining my town.
And, of course, Matt Miller speaking to the events that happened.
Dust to dust, bitch.
Oh, shit. In Saints Row 3. Naturally. And I'm not getting these in any particular order. Just as soon as I see them. Meryl.
I heard the Saints were back in Stillwater. I figured it couldn't hurt to have a little more muscle on the Brotherhood side. 2080 was a fair split for a bunch of has-beens from the road. After all, we were the strongest crew in the city. What do we have to fear from them? If their leader wasn't such a greedy asshole, maybe things wouldn't have escalated like they did.
Whine, whine, whine. You lost, bitch. Deal with it. Alright, let's see. We should be able to find most of them just by flying around. And no, I am not getting all the clusters. Fuck that shit. That ain't about to happen. No, sir or ma'am.
God, I'm so sick of having.
The moment I walked into that underground shithole the crew was setting up in, I knew it all had potential. So the Saints had been out of the game a while. So what? We had the boss and we had Johnny Gat. What more did we need? I knew I was a little rough around the edges, but I was willing to learn. Then the boss goes and throws me the Sons of Samdi. Now that was a drag.
Memories. And oh yeah, and Zinniac's text adventures I'll be doing in this episode as well. And there's one right here. It's actually pretty funny. I don't know if I'll show it though, because I don't know if it's, you know, people barely watch my shit anyway. I gotta be careful what shit I put up on here. Like I said, I am not going after all the clusters. That's not about to happen. I'll grab a few, but they're not the goal. This is where collectible finder, that ability, comes in handy, and you get it early. I could have been, you know, did this, but the thing is, I like to have a little bit of order. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure that these clusters were not here until after the mission with Kinsey. I don't think all the clusters are available at the very start of the game. I really don't. I've never been able to prove that, and I've never looked it up because I, well, quite frankly, don't give a damn, but it's, seems very likely that you can't get all the clusters at the beginning of the game. Seems to me. Kinsey, number 1.
Okay, I'm going to say this again. Why did we work with Matt Miller? Did everyone forget what he did to me back before I joined the Saints? I mean, come on! He set me up to be fired from the FBI and got all my ideas completely discredited just because they think I'm into kink? The truth of that aside, he ruined my life and now he's a good guy? This just isn't fair!
Kinsey really hates that fucker. Guess I can't really blame her. Let's see. There's one over here. I play this game way too much. Kinsey, number 2.
First, I told the FBI. Then I told the Saints. Then I told the President and the entire Secret Service, and still they wouldn't listen. Now here we are, abducted by aliens and trapped in technology far beyond what we had on Earth. You know, if I'd only got the budget for my planetary defense system, we wouldn't be stuck up here dealing with the Zin. I mean, it would only have cost $3.1 billion. Hey, I tried to warn the military, but they didn't want to listen to the press secretary.
And now we're paying the price. But you gotta admit, Kinsey, alien abductions? Sounds like one of them conspiracy theories. Like the lizard people. Shadaloo or Waterloo or whatever they're called. The Boogeyman. Wesley Snipes.
I'm up for more.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that much destruction. Shit, now we got the cops on us and shit. Damn! Damn! Explosion sometimes is too fucking powerful for its own fucking good. God diggity damn. Now I got every alien from here to East Jahunga shooting at my ass. And here come the roly-polies. Fuck this, I'm out of here. I definitely ain't dealing with them. Not in the mood for this bullshit. All these clusters I found, and look how many there still are. Ridiculous, but they're so fun to collect that it doesn't ever seem tedious, especially when you know right where they are. All right, let's see here. Fuck out of my face, you ugly alien shithole. Alright.
hate these things.
They are pretty damn hideous. What the fuck? God damn, look at all these clusters. All right, fuck it. They're not as numerous as I thought. I'm gonna have to put them on the map here and just grab them like that, because we'll be here all fucking day. Where the fuck is it? Must be on top. Yep.
I should have known dating that asshole was gonna end badly. Veteran child. What kind of name is that anyway? Sure, he had hookups for some of the best drugs in Stillwater, but that's no excuse. And he comes and tries to kill me? Whatever. He didn't have a chance against the boss. I tried to warn him, but he never listened to me. Only the boss really did.
Shandi's character changed so much throughout this series. Well, not so much. I mean, from 2 to 3, I mean.
They couldn't fight worth shit.
From 2 to 3, I mean, like, she just really changed. Alright, so there is a couple of statues over here. But we should be able to get those along the way to the voice or audio logs. Alright, Pierce, where the fuck are you? There you are.
Boss was a lot more hardcore back in the day. Managed to pull the Saints back from the grave. Didn't take any shit from anyone, especially the Brotherhood, the Ronin, or the Sons of Samdi. Hell, anyone that got in the way lost everything they had. Not just their life. Still, it's too bad what happened to Carlos, though. He was a good kid.
Yeah, Carlos was cool. It's a shame they killed him off. The fuck? God damn, I guess I'll use it for these too. Shit. Remember, if you want the platinum, you know, you have to get these fucking things. And I wouldn't suggest you save them for last. I only did that so that the guide is more... Well, actually, why the
Statues were made to be broken.
fuck did I call this a guide? This playthrough. This is not a guide. This is a playthrough.
I fucking hate these things.
This was a guide, I would have got all gold and shit. This is just a playthrough. That's all this is. I don't know why the fuck I said that. Look at all these fucking clusters. That's insane. These definitely weren't all here before. What the fuck? Wish I could listen to some music, but you know, copyrights. That old chestnut. Run across that water, baby. That's fucking hot.
Oleg is one of the best things that ever happened to me, and right now it feels like the worst. I'm up here trying to save us from captivity and psychological torture, and all I can think about is him. He's the only one who ever truly understood what I was saying. I never thought I'd meet someone with an intelligence nearly matching my own who made me feel like I wasn't constantly missing something in my life. Now I am. Now I miss him.
Aww. So either Oleg was like a father figure to her, which is more likely, I think, or she had a crush on him. Oleg was cool, though. I don't know why they killed him off. In fact, whatever happened to, who was that wrestler in Saints Row 3 that was voiced by Hulk Hogan? Which would explain why they couldn't get, you know, Hogan to do his, they couldn't get Hogan to, reprise his role due to all the bullshit that he's always in. But Angel, that was his name in Saints Row 3. He's missing, but I kind of understand why. But besides him, I think they got everybody else in there. And he really didn't add a lot to the story for me. Really didn't. Alright, let's get Pierce's last one. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So let's get a move on here. This video's gonna be long as hell.
Shonda and I had a relationship. I came up with all the ideas. She got all the credit. Never seemed fair. Guess it worked out in the end, though. With me being an international celebrity and all.
Okay, sorry, that was not Pierce's last one. I don't know why I thought I got 2 of his already. I think it's time for Lord Aaron to take a damn nap. I hate these statues that are in these fucking things here because they can be tricky to get to.
One less ugly face ruining my town.
Should be able to get most of these by... She glides slow though. Even though it is cool to fly around the city, I really wish there was a way for her to glide faster. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Not mean to fucking do that. There's Asha, number 1.
From an early age, my father instilled a pride and patriotism in me that carried me far in life. I dedicated myself to serving the crown. I don't regret it, though it's not been without its challenges. One of those challenges was working with the Saints in taking down Cyrus Temple.
Shandi.
Damn, we had some good parties after all that. Then again, I knew how to have a good time. A little lower dust, some beer bongs, some hacky sack, and bam! Instant party. We all needed the distraction after taking over Ultor. And distractions are what I do best. I mean, what did any of us know about running a multi-billion-dollar company after all? Though a few hits off the light bulb later, we didn't really care.
After what the Saints did to my face, they had to expect a little payback. Carlos was an easy target and hurt their boss the most. But Jessica, I was going too far. Then Vogel rips off my shipment after letting my crew get killed. And I wasn't about to let the Brotherhood go down because of some prick in a suit.
Ah, Miss Saints Row 2.
Just to dust, bitch.
That game was the best of the Saints Row games because it balanced the goofy and the real. Saints Row 1 was more like grounded in reality in a way, and it wasn't goofy at all. I don't remember too many funny moments in the original game. And then Saints Row 2, they wanted to kind of branch off and be a little different than Grand Theft Auto by adding more of the goofy. But they added the goofy with the realism. And the combination resulted in a game that was funny, but you could still take it kind of seriously. But by Saints Row 3, they just completely went fucking crazy and just said, what the fuck can we do? Like, they even made the gangs more stupid. You know, the gangs in Saints Row 2 were cool. They were believable. They were badass. Saints Row 3, the Deckers, the Luchadors in the morning, they were all fucking retarded. And the leaders were jokes. They weren't even bad. They were just like there. Killbane, you know, was probably the most believable. But still. I love Saints Row 3 though, don't get me wrong. I do love that game. I think it's great. But it ain't no Saints Row 2. And this game just took the silliness to new heights, but I love this game.
Okay, maybe it didn't all work out the way I planned. You know, Shiny got a TV show, and every guy in the world wanted him. I was doing commercials and barely getting my music off the ground. But still, now I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff of the President of the United States, so that's gotta count for something. Though, I don't think the approval ratings are gonna much matter anymore.
I don't know why this area is restricted, but it's really fucking annoying. But most of Cyrus's crap is over here. I would have got these normally after I did Kinsey's loyalty mission, but wasn't time. So just have to deal with these alien dumbasses.
When I first signed on to head the Stag Initiative, I figured it would be a cushy job. After all, hitting a military organization against common street thugs seemed like a one-sided battle. The Saints changed that perspective quickly. Monica Hughes had no idea.
You sure didn't.
The leader of the Saints is insane. We expected them to tear through Steelport, but no one knew what they were really capable of. After they destroyed that aircraft carrier, Hughes should have approved the data list right then and there.
Alright, there's a text adventure here. I've never seen... Oh, I'm about to say. I thought it was right there. I'm like, I know I've never seen that shit before. The fuck? Okay. So we got all the ones off this island. Let's grab... you know what? Let's go over here, because there's more Zinyak statues. But I'm really concerned about the audio logs more than the statues. Because... getting all the statues doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really do anything unless it's your first time and you get, you get challenge completes and trophies and stuff. But since I've already done that, I mean, I'll grab some if they're on the way, but this is really about the audio logs. And since I don't want this video to be taken forever, I'll just focus on the audio logs and end it there.
When the Vice King stopped being about protecting Sunnyville, I knew it was time to get out of the game. I was hoping that Benjamin could keep the city locked. Years passed, and it ended up being the same old shit. Only this time, the victims were the people in Saints Row. I thought the Vice Kings was a cautionary tale that I learned something from. That if I built a new street gang, I could control it, not make the same mistakes King did. I was so fucking naive.
Julius Little Dick. Fucking asshole. But he was a great villain, though. Story in Saints Row 1. When it comes to storyline, though, you can't beat Saints Row 2, but Saints Row 1 had a good story. Memorable characters. It was good. But let me get off of Saints Row 1's and 2's cock. So we're playing 4, and this game isn't bad, but it is a little goofy. You gotta admit. The hell is this thing? Is that a toad? Yep, that is a toad. Next, let's see. Alright, so we'll go down here now. Like I said, if I do come across any statues, I will get them if they show up on my map. But it's kind of ridiculous not to just focus on the audio logs. Here's Johnny number 1.
I gotta admit, I didn't think much of the boss when they first joined the crew. I thought there was no way they were gonna make it through being canonized, let alone be any help taking over Stillwater. Hell, they didn't even talk back then. But after that shit with the Vice Kings, I knew we found ourselves one hell of a saint. There's nothing the boss can't do.
That's praise indeed coming from Johnny Gat.
I knew early on what it was I let loose on Stillwater. The Playa was reckless and uncaring. Left a wake of bodies pointing right back at us. Think more of the city was destroyed than saved in the end. Sure, the Saints were taken over, but at what cost? I couldn't risk letting a sociopath run things, so I did what I had to do. Never thought the bastard would survive the explosion.
It's hard to kill evil.
Statues were made to be broken.
And it's hard to believe he's talking about this woman here. she crazy though. All right, moving steadily along here. There's some Johnny Gat to listen to, and plenty of Zinyak statues. I will get them if they are on the way. And thank you guys for watching. I know this isn't the most entertaining episode. In fact, probably won't be very well liked, but I do like to try to include as much content as possible. If I was smart, I would have just edited around, you know, me finding the statues and stuff. But maybe in the future I'll do collectibles like that.
I fucking hate these things.
I'm still learning a lot about how this live stream and uploading and what people like to watch thing. You know, I'm still new at this, so just bear with me. I'm learning.
Things ain't ever been easy for the Saints. First, we lost Lynn to the Rollers back in Stillwater. And then Julius tried blowing up the boss and the Saints fell apart. And after getting the crew back, the Brotherhood had Carlos killed and... Aisha. Well, I lost her to the Ronin. And then fucking Philippe Loren tried taking me out, only to have Zinyak come in and snatch me from the Saints anyway. Like I said, shit's always been rough.
I have to admit, it's getting better. Getting better.
Statues were made to be broken.
All the time, can't get no worse. You want to bet?
Aisha's dead. It hit me really hard. I thought I'd made peace with it, but Zinyak's fucking simulated hell took its toll. You know, I know the whole point was that I'd never be able to save her, but that shit would never stop me from trying. The boss didn't show up to help. I don't know how much longer I could have kept it together.
Wow. Hearing Johnny Gat vulnerable? That actually sent a chill down my goddamn spine. Alright, we're almost done here. There's only a few more. Let's see. Let's go here for Julius. And yes, Keith David did voice him. That's the in-game joke here about why they keep saying they're so similar. Although he did betray us in the game, Keith. But he came to his senses, unlike Julius. Okay, so he's right here.
I don't regret much. You make your choices, you live with them. But if I could take anything back, it would be the way things ended up with Angela. It was all fun and games for her. She wanted to be just like Benjamin. I shouldn't have let her get in so deep.
Okay, so this island's clear. There's older Shandi now. That shit's funny as fuck. Alright. She's on the side here. Her voice thing. Can be kind of annoying to try to find it, but it's on the side of this. Here, you just gotta get to it. Where? So I think it is. Come on, man. Time for this. There it is.
It's amazing looking back on how I used to be. Constantly baked out of my mind, always looking for the next party. You'd think after I got my own dating show, I would have been even more of a train wreck, but doing TV is hard work. Who has time to go smoke up when they have to be on set at 6 a.m.?
6 a.m., damn. Although if they paid me good enough, it'll motivate my ass. I know that. Pay me $1 million, I'll be up 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Shit. If the money's worth it, you gotta make the money worth it. Ugh. Tanya. Do we have to? Here, this bitch is annoying. Fucking voice ever again in life.
Putting me in charge of the brothels was the best idea King ever had. There's no way anyone else in Stillwater would have been able to control the girls the way I did. It brought in the money, it brought in the clients, and it would have been the backbone of the Vice Kings if Gat and all the Saints hadn't ruined it all.
You're a two-timing hoe, and you know it. Hey, was that Genki? On the side of that? Oh no. You know, it's funny because I was running into these audio logs all throughout the main campaign, but now when I'm looking for them, they don't show up on the map. Ain't that fucking funny how that works? But they're always in the same spot, so.
King never had the control he thought he did over the Vice Kings. It was all me and Warren keeping things running. Well, mostly me. Warren's ego got just as big as Benjamin's in the end. He thought the two of us would rule the city. Guess he didn't know me like he thought he did.
They didn't know you were a two-timing slut hoe. That pussy-whipped idiot. Alright, let's see here. Where's the slut bags thing at? Is it on top of this building?
Warren, Tony, Alderman Hughes. I had them all wrapped around my finger. They would have died for me. Come to think of it, I guess they did.
Not intentionally. She's so proud of herself being a stank asshole. Alright, we're almost done here. I'm glad I made the decision not to do the Zinyak statues too, because that would have been ridiculous. And trust me guys, you're not missing anything. No special dialogue, there's no special scene, so don't worry. You're not missing anything. The audio logs add to the story, that's why I'm bothering to do it. And the last Cyrus Temple.
I'll never regret that night I had with Kia. She opened my eyes to things I'd only seen in Guam. What does she call it? The helicopter. There's no way they teach that in basic training.
I knew he fucked her. Their relationship always seemed like
How you like me now, Zinyak?
more than professional. I thought that in Saints Row 3, and now he just confirmed it.
Statues were made to be broken.
Good thing that, you know, because we took over so much of the simulation, now my gang members are basically everywhere. Wait, where the hell? Wait, Shandi's like right around here. There she is. Doing this without the collector finder perk would be fucking insane. Glad it exists.
Ever since that night on Loren's plane, things haven't been the same. I used to be fun and carefree. I used to smile and laugh. Now I just want everyone to pay for what the Syndicate did. Johnny didn't deserve to die like that. He was the toughest person I knew. And it's my fault. I should have gone back for him.
She obviously, just before she found out he's still alive. Another text adventure. What is this fucking helicopter just randomly up here? Is this an eagle? What is this? Tornado. I'll be saving this. But we don't need it. This episode turned out to be a little longer than I thought. Sorry about that. But in the future though, if I ever do collectibles again, I'm going to just edit the video, splice it down. Oh, look, the Gatmobile. This is what I was talking about earlier. Even though this is easy to find, the Gatmobile actually spawning on the road is actually quite rare. So that's cool that we get a chance to see that. But it's easy to find one. There's one in front of one of the Planet Zen stores. Just like in Saints Row 3 when it was in front of the Planet Saint store. Finally, some Ben King. Question is, where the fuck is it? Here it is.
I built, I watched, and then I acted. That's how I brought the Vice Kings up to be one of the strongest crews in Stillwater. Only problem was my lieutenants didn't have the same patience. That bitch Tanya drove a wedge between Tony and Warren. Then she convinced Warren to try and take me out, only to stab him in the back and take it all for herself. I may have lost the Vice Kings, but killing her almost made it worth the trouble. Good thing the player was there to help.
Dust to dust, bitch.
Alright. Shondi's. I think this is her last one. Yes, yes. Some statues. I said if they showed up on the map, I'd take care of them.
I fucking hate these things.
You and me both, sweetie.
Dust to dust, bitch.
And each one of the different voices you can pick when you're creating your character all say a different thing too.
The boss kept the crew together when we landed in Steelport. First we took out that asshole Philippe and then Kilbane for what he did to Johnny's funeral. Stag was just icing on the cake, really. I thought I'd be happy with revenge, but it was never the same. Even when the boss won the election and we moved to the White House, I couldn't stop thinking about what Johnny would say about it all.
Oh, she really cared about him. Because he's Johnny motherfucking Gat. But he's still alive, so all is well. Alright, another one of Ben King's.
After the fall of the Vice Kings, I figured it was time to get out of the game. Living the life I had, I didn't want all that experience to go to waste. Figured a book would allow me to work out my demons and show the world what the game took.
Statues were made to be broken.
Take off so well. Shit. If I had known back then what I do now, probably would have gone legit sooner.
Alright, one more from him. And this island is clear. Cleaning up the simulation before we wreck this shit on the next episode.
I always knew the Saints were ambitious, but I never thought I'd see them end up in the White House. And when the player called me saying how they couldn't do it without me, how could I say no? Thought maybe I was in line for vice president, but I guess Keith beat me to it. Still, being the president chief of staff certainly had its perks. Not bad for a kid from Sunnyvale Gardens.
Hell yeah. Crawl through the dirt to get on top. You don't stop. Asha.
When Matt Miller came on as my field coordinator, he had a lot of opinions about the 3rd Street Saints. I've always liked Matt, but I admit he's easily wounded and a bit tetchy when it comes to past offenses. Still, he managed to set some low expectations for that first mission with the Saints.
I'm not the first actor to move into politics, but I'm one of the better ones. Theater, film, television, animation, commercials. Shit, I've even done video games. Though video games aren't exactly renowned for their storytelling. Still, I'd conquered acting. By the time I got the call from the Saints, I was ready for something new. How did I go from award-winning actor to Vice President of the United States? Hell if I know. But when the head of the Saints calls you up and makes you an offer, well, it's something you consider. I liked the idea of being a statesman, having my name in the history books. It's a hell of a dream. Plus, I look good in the suit. I'd look even better on money.
Hell yeah, give me some Keith David $50 bills. Get Grant off of there. Alright, let's see. We got 2 text adventures here. Right around the corner. I don't know if I'll be reading these off, though. I don't know. If anyone will even be remotely interested in that shit. This turned out to be quite a long episode. I'm sorry about that. But like I said, next time I do a collectible thing, I'm gonna edit it right instead of doing it like this. This is the slow way. But you know, this channel's small and I really don't have much to lose, so people don't really watch these videos anyway, so it just seems pointless to edit it out. If somebody's gonna watch it, they're gonna watch it. And if you do, I appreciate you though if you do that. Another of these ugly ass statues.
How you like me now, Zinyak?
Zinyak kicked the stool out from under my political aspiration when he and his armada showed up. One of the worst things you can do is piss off America. Now, I don't necessarily agree with how the president's handling these things. Seems there must be a better way. I'm not saying I'd do better, but shit, maybe that's exactly what I'm saying. If I had the chance, anyway.
So that's Keith David's basically confirming, you know, that he would betray us. We've already done that mission, so we already know, but he already had his doubts. So I like how they kind of tied that in, though. You know, for a game like this, you know, little details like that are pretty impressive. And we're almost done. Just a few more of these. Oh, statue. And it's in one of these fucking things, of course.
Dust to dust, bitch.
Working for the Syndicate was a great job. That is until Philippe Laurent died, because Kilbane was one scary psychopath. I mean, I watched him kill Kiki right in front of me, and right in front of her own sister. So I went after the Saints instead. Wrong choice in my regard. But they let me live. And surprisingly, so did Kilbane. Only option then was to leave the country and hide.
Yeah, I was surprised when Kilbane didn't break Matt's neck. Maybe he figured he wasn't worth it, I don't know.
How was I supposed to know that MI6 would end up offering me asylum just so they could pair me up with one of their operatives? I mean, Nasha and I got along great, but now I had to work with the government instead of against it. Not usually my cup of tea. Still, I guess it's better than being hunted down by the Saints or Kilbane. I just have to keep myself from pissing off a trained killer is all.
Good luck with that. Although he was successful. Alright, so there's only one more. Nope, there's 1, 2 audio logs. Yep, just 2 more audio logs and we're finally done. And we destroyed most of Zinyak statues. We didn't get all the text adventures though, but I will collect them off camera. But I really just wanted to do the audio logs in general, because they are part of the story, like I said before. So try to show as much of a video game as I can.
I'm a creature of habit, of structure, which doesn't fit well with the Saints' MO. They have their way of doing things, and at times, I have no idea what they're thinking, or of their infatuation with those god-awful freckle bitches' hamburgers. But, when it comes down to it, they get things done. That's impressive, and I'm not easily impressed.
Alright, one more, and then this episode's done, and then we'll move on to the final episodes. And it will be Marrow. Lucky last one. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Figure this is being some dank alleyway somewhere.
I thought I had that saint dead to rights. I mean, they couldn't kill me in my own home. What chance did they have to survive my trap? I had the perfect setup. Even used the truck that killed Jessica for a little poetic justice. But it didn't matter. I lost. Fucking saints.
You mad, bro? Alright, that ends this episode. In the next episode, we will begin the finale and the assault on the simulation. Godspeed.